I guess we start.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I think Michael Wolchek said he was going to be a little late if he could get on the call at all. And I
Oh,
don't know what Joe's status is tonight. So, yeah, if you want to go ahead and get started, we can.
okay. I'll start it off. Stand up for December 18th. Um, what I did last week was I didn't do a whole lot of anything. I'm in the midst of a move from one shop to the other, so I haven't been to the other shop so much to work on the windshield frame, much as I'd like to. But I did do some investigating on an electric motor option for the car for that one workshop that's coming up, so that it can move, 5 miles per hour or whatever. Anyway, it's an idea I had a while ago about using uh, uh, a washing machine's motor, a drive one, where it's essentially a brushless engine, and it's an runner type of engine where the magnets are about probably about 7 to 8 inches from the axle, so you can get quite a bit of torque from it. And so I was doing some investigation on how much a motor like that would cost, and and using the electronics from the washing machine to power it. And those things can get up to 2,000 RPMs, no problem, with a full load in water, and that's a lot, to handle. And so if you just hook the gear up to it, and you could easily move a WIKISPEED car. So I was checking that out. It's not very expensive. It's just figuring out the board, how the inputs work, how you would get to tell the motor to hit 2,000 RPMs or whatever. But I don't think that would be that difficult. Anyway, so that's all I've done.
I know they
Uh,
could be awesome, especially for like like you said, this convention deal or whatever, South by Southwest.
yeah,
Something that just be able to move the car. So
yeah,
you might have to hit like spin cycle economy mode, no, but
yeah,
but it'll go.
absolutely. But I have no blocks, and should I go ahead and do what I plan to do next week? You think?
Yes.
Okay. Next week, I hopefully I'm waiting for a check. I can't move anything else from my warehouse until I get that check. But once I get that check, then I'll be able to start moving the WikiSpeed stuff over and start working on that. Hopefully, maybe that'll happen next week, but I don't know. So that's it.
Cool deal. Let me pull my notes up here. Okay, so I guess last week I researched the process for signing up for Google AdWords. There was, oh, just lost Rob. That should be fine. He'll come back in just a second. So on the Google AdWords, there was some information I didn't know. There was basically some baking and specific contact information. I also looked up Honda electric wire harness connectors to build extensions for the accelerator pedal and ignition. Um, did you got disconnected there for a second, Rob? Right? Okay. Let me at least repeat that last part. So the I did some searching on the internet trying to find um, the connectors for the electric wire harness going to the accelerator pedal and the ignition. Um, I also requested some pictures from the team of the accelerator pedal and the ignition connectors because I found a few places that'll do like custom wire harnesses that may be able to do something, either get us the connectors or actually make the extension for us. And Michael Lolchek actually got me pictures of the accelerator connector, but I still am waiting on the ignition connector. Um, let's see. Joe got me access to Dropbox folders, so I can start doing the file sync on my computer for Dropbox, which will let me then sync up all that information back to OwnCloud. And the computer for this stand-up, we've been having some issues with that Milo provided. Joe got that shipped. I tracked it as of this morning. It was in Colorado. It should be here tomorrow. It didn't get here in time for the meeting, but it's supposed to be delivered tomorrow. I also did another test run with the YouTube live events and using Firefox instead, and it seemed to go a little better, but it did still eventually crash out. And I think actually I may not be dealing with the hardware issue, but possibly a a driver issue under Windows 8.1. And I haven't had a chance to look yet and see what the actual information in the dump file, crash file is to lead me towards the exact issue. But I'm still looking forward to that computer showing up because it has Linux on it. And one of the things I did was research the apps needed to basically replicate the setup that we currently have under Linux. So I'll actually try to get this one fixed and test the other one simultaneously. So we have two platforms that we can be able to do recordings and present the stand up on. As far as blocks, I still need pics of the engine wire harness ignition connectors, if anybody has access to that. There's a card I shared in the forum that actually, I should probably pull that up. I should be able to do that. That shows exactly what's needed in an example. Let's see. And okay, so here's this is the accelerator connectors there that Michael provided, and we need the same thing for the ignition. Basically, it's the component that it plugs into the top, side, and front views. And that should be that. Okay. Man, so many steps to stop doing. Okay, so, and I also need some help with the contact info and bank info required to set up Google AdSense. And I'll share that with the team to see if anybody knows what's going on with that. As far as next week, I want to go ahead and sync up the latest files with OwnCloud. Once I'm done getting them synced with the Dropbox back to my computer, I'll sync those two folders up. I still have some holdovers from last sprint, which I want to fix the broken links on the website. I still want to create a blog page explaining some of the issues we're having with the engine module, so that people can get that shared out and see if we can get that knocked out. And of course, when that computer shows up on Friday, I'll start setting up the Linux computer for weekly stand-ups also. And that should be it.
Awesome. Any blocks?
I think I set them there in the middle, but yeah, pics of the engine wire harness ignition connectors, yeah. And the info for Google AdSense.
All right. I guess there's the retrospective. And I go first. I give myself 6. I did do some. I haven't done much physical work, but I did do a little bit of searching. See if I can find some. I give the group. I give the group an 8. I think. I haven't seen that much progress, or even heard much from Joe. So on the email. So yeah, I give it an 8.
Okay, well, I'm actually going to go 10 for me this week because some of this work I've been doing on getting these connectors going. Joe had sent me an email to see if we could get that knocked out as soon as possible, and it was hours of searching. It's harder than imaginable to try to find a source for these little unique electronic connectors for automotive. I mean, it's like hidden information out there. And I just stumbled across a place that basically restores wiring harnesses so they have access to the connectors, and they'll identify them by a picture and a little description. So we'll see if that works out for us. That could actually be really helpful in the long run. So yeah, so a 10 for me because I really enjoyed getting to pair up Michael Olchek helping with that issue, and just being able to actually produce something physical as opposed to just configuring a bunch of server settings and whatnot. And also 10 for the team because, like I said, some people stepped in and helped me out to get that task completed faster than I thought it would be possible. And it seems like it's almost done now. I sent the pictures off to two different companies, and they're looking up now to get us a response back.
Man, that's awesome. Oh well, any process improvement?
Uh, I had trouble thinking of one this week. Actually, I usually spend a little time thinking of them,
Yeah,
trying to come up with something. But I had trouble. The only thing I could think of, and this is I don't know if I would consider it a top priority process improvement or anything. But if each shop that does work, and I know you update your backlogs in Carica, but I know the Linwood shop, I think that their board probably doesn't match Carica very closely. So just if
yeah,
there was a computer accessible in each physical shop that was not necessarily dedicated to Carica, but had access to Carica, it might make it easier for people to sync up the backlogs. I understand the advantage of actually having a physical board, so I wouldn't want to say let's take that away. But if somebody feels like let's sync this up with the online community, then having a computer there that has access to it would make that easier for somebody if they want to take that task on. So that's the only thing I can really think of.
well, then I actually I have something I could add on to that. Maybe what if I have a physical board and it actually doesn't match my character board, but also I have other things on it too that are going on in the shops, not just WikiSpeed. But maybe if I took a picture, or if everybody could take a picture of it and just flash it on their stand up on this computer screen, you know. Now we would show demos and whatnot. Maybe we could just show a picture of our board.
And not just that, actually, that makes me think that it may be possible to use Carica just to have a card that says weekly Scrum board, and take a picture and attach it to like a task card in Carica. That way you don't have to take the time to physically type it all up. So just each
Oh yeah,
sprint, say this is what we're doing. Bam, here's the board, and you can look at a picture of it, and that way you don't have to actually, you know what I'm saying. It's less work, but you still get to see what's going
yeah,
on in each
yeah.
shop. So
That's a good one. I like that one.
uh, maybe people will see this on YouTube and help out getting it set up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't have anything else.
I don't think I do either.
Yeah. Other than my I think my crazy idea will work with the washing machine.
Oh no, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. I mean, really, for what we're trying to do at this point, just an electric motor, and it doesn't have to be huge. But you're right, a washing machine, it can produce a huge amount of torque. I mean, RPMs anyway. No, maybe not torque, but
This one should be able to produce, but I looked. Price is only like I think a total of $300 if you're to buy uh, uh, shoot, I forgot what the stator and then the actual rotor, and then it's like $180 total, and then the computer is the most expensive thing, of course. That's like $200, but it has everything on it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think would it be better to get one just? I mean, look at Craigslist. I mean, you get something that's you can just pull the motor out of. In fact, some of the
Yeah.
older ones may be better that don't have a control board that you may have a little more control over. I mean, that may
Well,
require us
this
to create a control board, but
this one, I mean, it's brushless, so there's no loss of electricity through it. Like say through how they would have the brushes in them that would contact the copper, and you use your electrons through the sparking and arcing and all that stuff. Um, this one has none of that. The magnets are actually in the armature. So it uses the computer to control all the magnets. I mean, all the coils that are around it.
okay, yeah, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah, just trying to make sense out of it for everybody who watches this video. But yeah, that's all I have.
Okay, good deal. Well, I don't think if Michael does end up logging on, he's gonna miss it then. So I guess I'll go ahead, we'll go ahead and sign off.
All right,
All right,
you have a good week, Chris.
all right. We'll talk to you next week. Bye.
All right, see you.